You're probably wondering why the elaborate entrance and why that specific entrance. And you might be wondering why I'm wearing this kind of shirt. Well, a lot have happened in the entertainment world since the last time I posted a video. I mean, the legendary Paul Herman has passed away. I mean, hey, who didn't watch the slap heard around the world with Will Smith and Chris Rock? But for me, the biggest deal that happened in the entertainment industry was the passing of Scott Hall. Razor Ramon. He was an icon. I loved him. I loved the NWO. And I just wanted to pay a little homage to the man here. And you might be wondering, why the hell am I using my phone instead of my video camera? This is what happens when you're married with children and your daughter borrows your camera and then forgets to put the charger in a place that she can find it. So I have no charger. I'm stuck doing this by phone. Anyway, in today's episode of Clash of the Movie Icons, I'm going to pit Jason Bourne from the Jason Bourne series against Ethan Hunt of Mission Impossible. I'm going to focus most of the action, most of their skills, most of what they're all about from the first movie. So that's the original Mission Impossible and the original Jason Bourne. And the reason for this is that there's so many movies. I mean, you have the Bourne Identity, the Bourne Supremacy, the Bourne Ultimatum. Then you have the last film called Jason Bourne. As far as Mission Impossible is concerned, there's a lot of Mission Impossible movies as well. Mission Impossible, Mission Impossible 2, Mission Impossible 3, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. There is Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, Mission Impossible Fallout. So again, I'm going to take most of the information that I got is from the original Bourne Identity and original Mission Impossible. So without further ado, let's get to the action.
It's Mission Impossible, which follows Ethan Hunt, a spy in the Impossible Missions Force, or IMF for short. Hunt has to use all his skills, which includes smarts, firearms, espionage, very cool camera glasses, and awesome disguises. And of course, as Tom Cruise plays Ethan Hunt, we have to have the obligatory sprint scene. The Bourne Identity. Jason Bourne, a spy in the CIA in an operation called Treadstone. But he remembers none of it because he suffers from amnesia and he has to use all his skills to discover his true identity. He has to demonstrate all his advanced skills in combat, spy tactics, driving like a madman, and fluency in several languages and determination to figure things out. Ethan is highly skilled with a variety of weapons, including handguns, rifles, and knives. Ethan's weapon of choice remains the Beretta 92 FS, which he uses in all 3 films before changing guns in the next few films. Ethan Hunt is a highly trained and formidable martial artist. He shows his excellent fighting ability kicking a CIA employee while stealing the knock list, but he is later knocked out himself in a confrontation by the elderly but more experienced Jim Phelps. In the original MI movie, unbelievably, these are his only 2 melee encounters. He uses various kicks, holds, and flips during attacks on terrorist personnel in the next 2 movies. As a former highly trained CIA assassin, Bourne is an incredibly skilled martial artist and impressive fighter, having been trained extensively in several martial arts techniques as well as being considerably experienced in combat operations. Therefore, he is able to defeat every opponent he's faced in hand-to-hand combat. Bourne's fighting style is defined by a combination of physical ability, tactical prowess, and ruthlessness, assessing an opponent and environment instantly and using every advantage available to him to come out victorious. Bourne uses a variety of different weapons throughout the movie series, most of which are handguns, but he does use rifles as well.
When I was doing research for this video, I found it unbelievable. I couldn't believe that in Mission Impossible, Ethan Hunt, he was awesome. And he could use guns, knives, and all that, but he only had 2 or 3 fights in the whole movie. So you kind of know he's great, but he doesn't execute it in the movie. Whereas in the Bourne Identity, in the original movie with Jason Bourne, that guy there from start to finish, there's nothing but action where he's got hand to hand. He's incredible. So, although they both can use guns, I would say that's a wash. They can both use weapons and so forth. But in terms of their martial arts and hand to hand combat, I got to give this one to Jason Bourne.
Ethan is a highly trained tactician who is skilled at coming up with and executing plans for a variety of missions and is very good at understanding his opponents and using their flaws and plans against them. One of his favorite measures is to let those he is targeting think they have beaten him and enact countermeasures that he was relying on for his own plans to succeed. Ethan is very skilled at breaking into even the most secure facilities and breaking out without being detected. And he can catch his own beads of sweat. I mean, really, you try that. In the first movie, Hunt is a master of disguises, stealth, and espionage tactics. As the series progresses, however, Hunt abandons many of his stealth tactics in favor of force. Ethan is incredibly intelligent and has shown himself to be very skilled in espionage, infiltration, counterintelligence, and is skilled at adjusting his plans to account for changes, as well as knowing how to plan well in advance and improvising new plans when necessary. In addition to English, Ethan is also fluent in multiple languages, like Spanish, Russian, German, and French. He is skilled enough to fool even native speakers.
I can tell you the license plate numbers of all 6 cars outside. I can tell you that our waitress is left-handed and the guy sitting up at the counter weighs 215 pounds and knows how to handle himself. I know the best place to look for a gun is the cab of the gray truck outside. And at this altitude, I can run flat out for a half mile before my hands start shaking.
Do I need to sum him up any further? Well, I am. Bourne is a very skilled driver who is able to engage in extended high-speed chases and maneuver through complex city structures. Bourne is able to speak multiple languages. He can speak English, French, Russian, Dutch, German, Swedish, and Spanish.
I don't have any papers. I lost meine Papiere. Ich habe sie verloren. Ich muss schlafen.
Los, hoch.
Talk about your tough rounds to call. Both of these guys are incredible. I've dissected this and I've watched this, and in terms of intangible skills, both these guys are so similar. Look at the languages that both of them speak, and other spy-like skills. It's hard to where one is better in one thing, let's say breaking into something like Ethan Hunt. Jason Bourne is good at another. So this one was way too tough to call. So I'm going to go right in the middle. It's a draw.
When it comes to frisking pretty European women to check for weapons, no one, and I mean no one, does it better than Ethan Hunt. Ethan is extremely observant, with an almost photographic memory, and his ability to make profound deductions with limited clues is very impressive. He is also very good at hiding his reaction to critical information. Ethan is proactive, tending to initiate events rather than respond to them. He tended to act independently and is capable of planning and undertaking very intricate schemes, particularly covert intrusions. Ethan enjoys engaging in playful banter and conversation and often wins people over quickly by virtue of his charm. Arguably, Ethan's greatest skill is his incredible determination. Regardless of what he has to do, he will do it non-stop until he succeeds in his mission, and he refuses to accept defeat, no matter what setbacks he endures. Hunt is described as the ultimate personification of destiny, and it is proven the whole time during every mission. Most of all, Hunt is a man of his work, and he loves his job, and almost nothing would stand in the way to finish his missions and defend the world as he knows it. Jason Bourne is a very intelligent, sharp-witted, and methodical man. He is alert and adaptive to the situation. He is a quick learner, having gained great knowledge, if not mastery, in various fields. He has known himself to be very skilled in espionage, infiltration, counterintelligence, and is skilled at adjusting at his plans to account for changes, as well as knowing how to plan well in advance and improvising new plans when necessary. Bourne is highly trained tactician and mastery of situational awareness. He is extremely good at lateral thinking and finding highly creative ways to stay a few steps ahead of people hunting him. He could effectively track down his targets and determine the best course of action in various missions. He is also skilled at coming up with and executing plans for a variety of missions and is very good at understanding his opponents and using their flaws and plans against them. Jason Bourne is simply a master spy.
This last round was absolutely another torturous round to try to figure out who was better. Like, you just do not see better raw determination from both of these guys. Ethan Hunt doesn't accept defeat. He will go on and go on until his mission is complete. Jason Bourne does the same thing. His is more out of necessity because he doesn't know who he is in the movie and he's trying to figure out things, but his skills are innate. They're built inside him, and he does not give up until he figures out his stuff. So again, another round way too tough to call. This one here is also a draw. Well, I'm assuming most of the viewers on this channel know how to count to 3. There's 3 rounds. 1 I gave to Jason Bourne, and 2 were a draw. So a very, very close clash of the icons this week. And if you can count, you know who the winner is. And that would be none other than Jason Bourne. I'm outside my house right now, and this last clip has nothing to do with the video at hand. I mean, Clash of the Movie Icons. Well, it kind of does, it kind of doesn't. Regardless, here's what I'm going to tell you. I don't have a charger for my video camera thanks to my daughter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in that door, and I live with all women. I'm going to put them straight. I'm going to put them straight. I'm going to put them straight. Wish me luck.